Right then, this is a quick walk around video for an absolutely gorgeous CRZ. This is the top of the range GT model, finished in probably the best colour of all for these and fitted with a load of options. It's got the dynamic pack, it's got the electro alloys, 17-inch alloys, sat nav as well, rear spoiler. It really is an exceptional car. Only done 62,000 miles as well, so it's incredibly low mileage for its age, and in absolutely lovely condition as well. Front of the car is really clean, lights and lenses are clear, no cracks or condensation in them. Bonnet very, very clean indeed. I'll come down the near side first. It's such a gorgeous design. I mean, we are convinced this is going to become a future classic, absolutely convinced. We're probably proved wrong, but I have to say it's got all the makings. It really is a lovely vehicle. Sorry, I always do these in the shade actually, because I was told by a professional photographer it's where you get to see the marks more clearly if there are any, rather than in direct sunlight, so hence that's why we do it. And come on the back, it's just got so many interesting angles to cut the car, it really has. Offside again, really, really lovely. I mean, there always are the odd little mark, little touch-ins done over the years, which, you know, will be present on the car, I may have missed, so, you know, I always ask people to bear that in mind. So coming to the back of the car now, with the rear seats up, you get a really good sized boot, and it's been kept absolutely beautifully. However, I thoroughly recommend drop the rear seats and have an even bigger boot, because these are officially four-seater cars, but forget that. They are effectively, they're just a two-seater car with a massive boot. Let's come to the front and the passenger side. Again, lovely and clean. Leatherwork is absolutely superb in the car. Coming on the driver's side, again, door card, absolutely beautiful. Likewise, footwell area is really clean. And the driver's seat, I know it's only done a low mileage, but even for a 10-year-old car, that's absolutely exceptionally clean. So inside the car now, as always, I have the engine running. There's sections of the dashboard can be seen illuminated, and it just looks like new, the dashboard. Sat nav, you can see, working absolutely perfectly. It's been kept absolutely beautifully, it really has. Then you come to this stunning dash design. It looks absolutely sensational. And in eco and normal mode, that's the dash you see. I press the sport button, it then changes to that lovely red glow. But it's, as I said, it's been kept beautifully. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key set, all here present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CRZ, and it's the GT model. This car is registered LG12UPC and has a mileage of just 62,054 recorded. The reason we do all of our videos, and always, especially this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's looking online at any of our cars, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. We've been to see cars like many people which have looked absolutely fine in photographs and description, but only to get there and find out there's an obvious fault that shows up whilst driving the car, so that's why we do it. Also done on these lovely quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and hope is then it'd be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, as you know from the walk around video, it really is lovely. You know, as I say in all CRZ videos, I am biased. I love these cars. I've owned I think 4 in total over the years, so they really appeal to me. But that won't sway me from doing what I always do in the videos, going through the things one by one. Starting with the engine and hybrid system, push button start, whirs silently into life, and settles to completely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. This is, as is now referred to, a self-charging hybrid car. So basically you just drive it, own it and run it like a normal petrol car. The biggest inconvenience is when you get low on fuel and standing at a fuel pump for 2 minutes. You can't run out of hybrid power, the battery can't go flat in that sense, because it just regenerates when you hit the brake pedal. But in essence, and the way it works, is just brilliant. It's seamless, completely seamless in its power delivery. It's just so smooth in every way. The engine is your typical 4-pot Honda engine. It's such a keen revving engine, but also incredibly docile. So just tootling around now as I am, it's on and off the throttle. It's really smooth. There's no hesitancy or spluttering. You do get 3 modes of driving. You've got Econ, Normal and Sport. Econ, I say in all the videos, my first CRZ I didn't actually get on with. Nothing to do with the car. The car was brilliant, but I tried to match Honda's claimed fuel economy, which I did and bettered, but I drove everywhere in Econ mode and drove it was just, it was an incredibly dull experience. It's got its merits, I think, for driving around town, that kind of thing. Where you can't really extend the car, it's probably quite handy. Normal mode is obviously halfway between the two, so slightly better economy than sport mode, but not quite as good as Econ. But I have to say, and I say in every single video, forget the first two, in my opinion at least anyway. Just put it straight into sport mode, because what you lose in fuel is nothing compared to the extra that you get in terms of extra performance, because press the button there, it's so much keener to get up and go. The throttle response is so keen, and that engine just loves to rev. It's a lovely unit, it really is. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch on the car, absolutely perfect, light, smooth, positive. And then you have one of the best gear changes you'll ever experience in a car. Starts with the gear knob, funnily enough. It's got sort of chromey effect, leather, but it's kind of tapered, so your hand fits on it like a claw. And it's such a natural thing to do, actually, when you're holding a gear lever. They've obviously put a lot of thought into that. But the quality of actual gear change is sensational. It's so snappy and quick, but it's simply joyful. It adds to the driving experience, whereas so many gearboxes actually detract from it. And that is just brilliant. It really is. And it shows zero wear. Steering on the car, track's dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to legal limit. And the steering and the chassis are stuff of genius. The steering is beautifully weighted. It's kind of got that, it's light at low speeds to be able to do easy manoeuvres, but it's got some weight to it at speed as well. But it feels very positive at all speeds. It doesn't feel nervous. It's incredibly precise and accurate. When you turn the car goes exactly where you point, and it works brilliantly with the chassis, because the chassis it's almost telepathic how it kind of works together. I say in the advert, and I mean it, I maintain that the CRZ has a kind of that feel of a 90s hot hatch, and in that I mean it kind of feels light on its feet. It feels keen to change direction. You're not aware of a huge mass every time you turn a corner, kind of this lumbering thing, which all the modern overweight cars seem to be. It rides incredibly comfortably, which 90s hot hatches didn't. They're quite brittle riding, so you get the best of both worlds. It's if you're not in the mood, you just tootle along, but if you are in the mood, it really does reward. It's a lovely chassis with a lovely balance, really positive front end on the car that loves to sort of tuck in. I've driven a few of these on track, and they are brilliant cars. It's a wonderful chassis. Also worth pointing out, absolutely no clonks, rattles, nothing coming from underneath the vehicle that should be coming through. It's spot on. Ordinarily in the videos I'd give the brakes a really good hard thump. I'm not going to, because we've literally just fitted brand new brake pads to the car and I don't want to ruin them. The brakes are perfect on the car in that sense that you touch the brake pedal and there's no pulsing, no vibrations. It's all absolutely spot on. It will be going in for an independent MOT, by the way, after we're finished here, so all these things are going to be checked as a matter of course anyway. Finally, coming inside the car, and for me at least, it continues. I love the interior of these cars. The first thing you notice is it's incredibly easy to get a comfortable driving position. You sit low in the car, straight ahead, pedals, hip point, steering wheel, all at the perfect angles for pretty much anybody. But what I also love is, you've got this wonderful interior, which, you know, is helped by the fact it's kind of the two-tone effect, which they pretty much nicked from BMW in terms of colourings, in all honesty, but bolted it together really well. But it looks fantastic with the sunroof, if it's closed at the moment for the camera, but it really is, it just brightens up the interior. But then you've got this incredible dash design, which, you know, I readily admit, you know, won't appeal to everybody. It does to me. I love it. Obviously you've got the sat-nav, big option on these, heated seats, all working, and then you've got this wonderful dash in front, these two pods either side, so similar in lots of ways to what you get in the S2000 in terms of concept. So your fingertips are just there. Ergonomically, it's brilliant. And then you've got this almost arcade style dash design in front with these lovely graphics. It's a car that you get in, and it, even if you're in a bad mood, it lifts your spirits. It's like a little puppy that's, you know, happy to see you at the end of the day. It's a car that you can't help but love driving, sitting in, looking at, whatever it happens to be. It ticks every box, and it drives absolutely faultlessly. Cannot fault it in any way, shape or form. As always though, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call.